questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on even deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Playing our intro because we always look and see what the guests are doing. You see their head.
I was vibes in there, you know. I was good. Hey, I was like, wheel up, pull it back. Jeez. Rewind. Selector. Who was rapping?
That's our boy CM.
Wow. Decent.
CM, so.
Decent rapper. Decent rapper. Big up CM, man. Big
Easy on the copyright there, yeah, Rich.
It's all good, man. No copyright needed.
100%, guys. That's probably the most laughter you'll hear from us for the Palace segment. Anyway, this is the United and Palace match preview. JC, how's it going, my friend?
Yeah, man, all good. Just had a normal day at work, but you know, I'm looking forward to the stream today, man.
Good. Nicky, how's it going?
Good, all good here, mate. All good here. A couple of days off for me, so yeah. Just want to forget about what happened on Tuesday. Did it even happen? Not really. Not in my eyes. Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna remind you in a minute. And we have a United contingent. Rivers, this is your second time on the stream, I believe, on the channel.
Yeah. Salute for having me, man. It's nice to be back and all of that. But, you know, as it says underneath, I'm still part of the MUFC depression support group. So all my Man United fans out here that are not, you know, we're not tricked by good results recently. You know,
we're going to get into that too.
We're not tricked by it.
I'll get you out of that, Rivers. Don't worry. I'll get you out.
Say no more, boy. I need the support, as you can see.
Speaking of getting out, listen, this guy spits bare bars after every game. Everything's fire as well. I won't lie. So if you don't know, get to know. That's OT99.
OT. Yes. Thank you for having me, guys. As you can see, I'm still buzzing. For, you know, just a result. Look, we take anything we can get right about now. Look, 3 points, whether it's in the cup game, whether it's in a Premier League game, whether it's in
it's a friendly.
I'll take
3 points in a cup, you know.
I'll take it, bro.
We got to take what we can. I don't think you understand how bad it's getting. We got to take what we can, man. If we can take 3 points from a cup game, you know.
3 points in all comps.
Yeah,
mate.
And also, hold on, Matt. Is this your debut?
Mate, this is my preview on your glorious channel, mate. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my
God.
And you know what? That's on me because I've been on Match Channel a few times and stuff. So you know what? That is on me. My apologies.
Hey mate, just glad to be on. Thank you so much for having
honestly.
me.
I mean, how many different United fans have we had on there? You know, all from London.
Shots fired.
Let's get into it. We're gonna talk the Carabao Cup just briefly before we look at the league game. Now, listen, me and JC, we did the watch along. We just did it for vibes. It was the worst game of football we have seen in our lives from a Palace perspective. It was so easy for United. We had no attacking outlet. We had Jeffrey Schlupp. It was just a mess. Like, it was an absolute mess. But Nicky, I know obviously your stream died out and stuff. Did you manage to catch the game back? What were your thoughts? I'm going to make you relive it because I ain't doing it.
I'm sure you're still at halftime, though.
No. I saw 2-0. I was like, yep. Done. Over. Leave it. Henderson forgot about that one. We spent 20 million on a goalkeeper. He gets injured on his debut game. If there isn't a proper allegory for just Palace,
I'm sure he had I'm sure he had 6 touches, and that's it.
Oh dear, no. Do you know what? Carabao Cup. I think everyone was like bigging up, like, the last time, you know, Darren Ambrose scored that absolute thundercracker of a goal. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Oh my days! I know we were really, really bad, and I think I could be wrong. I'm hearing Gyro came out of that quite bad as well. So the injury list is just building, and you were calling out for attacking reinforcement in the window, and we didn't get it. But we'll start with you, Rivers. What was your thoughts on that performance Tuesday?
Do you know what?
Because like I said, it was easy for you, I'm sure.
It's quite easy, but for me, one thing that I did notice that I liked was the positional play of Amrabat in terms of like dropping back and helping out and all these type of things. Like, to me, I feel like we have kind of been missing that type of positional play in our team for a little while. So to see him kind of fall into the role and be happy to do it and get the ball off the goalkeeper, that to me, that was quite a positive sign. But again, I'm part of the depression support group. You know, a good win is it's not going to trick me. I want to see us doing this against like the bigger teams, the bigger names, and then I can start feeling like we're kind of back closer to our old self in it. So I'm glad we got the result, but at the same time, you know, it was a bad Palace. It was. I've got to say, guys, it was a bad Palace. You know what I mean?
OT, it was a bad Palace. I know. Listen, we got a hell of a load of injuries, but if there's a lack of desire, then that is a big problem. Like, how did you see the game? Do you feel like it was a case of we were extremely bad, which we were, don't get me wrong, or was it more the fact that you just didn't allow us to play?
No, I do feel like Palace, in all honesty, I think Palace didn't come out. It was a shock. It was a shock to everyone. Like I said, you know what, right? That was the first game that Manchester United has played in, I can remember, real talk, that I can remember this season for sure. Huge chunks of last season where my blood pressure wasn't rising. It wasn't high. Do you know what I mean? Usually we'll get like a one goal and then biting off our top, like fingernails, toenails, just hoping we're out of the game. There was nothing there. And it felt good to feel like that, because I felt like how City man them been feeling of late, how, you know, the recent Arsenal man's been feeling of late in terms of controlling the game.
Newcastle, you know what I'm saying?
Newcastle,
there's a lot of people that have been dominating recently.
Yeah, and that's how it felt. And I do wonder whether Palace kind of took us for granted a little bit, because I don't know, you know, with Manchester United, they're the team that you can say, do you know what, if we've been poor, you know, we're gonna go to Manchester United and we're gonna play them off the park and get something from that game, and that's what's gonna kickstart our season. And I just thought like maybe did Palace take it too far? I know you mentioned, I don't know, Raksaki and guys in the wing like that. I just wonder if they were ready to be introduced in a game like that, whether you made too many changes. You know, you have a lot of injuries. Edouard and all of these guys are still, you know, out. Was it too much too soon against Manchester United, who's just a team that is just very unpredictable?
You know, there was IU was playing. It was just all like, oh man, this might be our day from the Man United perspective. You know what I'm saying?
But I do feel like, like Palace, there was nothing there. So I do have to say for sure that something went wrong in a Palace. And maybe you lot can give me a bit more insight into what happened there, what's happening, and, you know, leading up to that game, you know, what you're hearing behind the scenes. But for me, something went wrong. And usually our games are very tight.
Yeah, I'm sure in Roy's press conference, even before the game happened, he said we're bidding off the cup. Like we knew this from the manager himself.
He sacked it off.
He just went out there and said, look, we ain't got I wanted to attack the cup, but I can't. I've just got too many injuries, and it's just not feasible to go 100%, because the 3 points in the Premier League right now looks a lot more valuable, because we didn't get the 3 points against Fulham, for example, last week, which we probably should have. Because we didn't get those 3 points, now looking at Man United and seeing that even though they have beaten us, their form is still a bit shaky. They're probably still looking at that thinking, oh, we can still look to get a draw here. So we want to try and do damage limitation in the cup, not get any injuries, but we got 2, which is brilliant.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then looking into the Premier League. But I have to say that even though we weren't the best, we were dreadful, I wouldn't say Man United were the best either in that game. I'd say that if we were on it, I'd say that we could
didn't have to be.
But I'm saying, but if we were all right, or maybe we even played Saturday's team in this game, I feel like we could have won that game, because Man United weren't anything special. They would have to take
had a couple of chances that was quite worrying. Like I remember like a through ball being passed through, and I said, okay, here they go, they're gonna score with this one. You know what I'm saying? And
Harry Maguire block, wasn't it? The Harry Maguire block.
Yeah, that one there, innit? So for me, it was like, I still feel, this is why, again, I'm part of the depression support group. I still feel like with Man United, there's so much kind of eggshells that we're still treading on defensively when we play against certain teams, where it's like we're supposed to dominate a team like Palace with the squad that we have, but at the same time, one mistake, they're back in the game. So I feel like that's kind of where we are right now. So I see what you're saying, where if Palace really like went for it, they could have maybe even got a draw out of this game. Because I believe if they score, we don't score another goal. Do you know what I mean? We're up against it a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. I'm happy that we won though. I will say that. I'm glad we won. You know, happy. Hopefully we can do it again. You know
Newcastle.
Yeah, that moves us into Matt. Yeah, I know. Just very quickly, obviously, you've got Newcastle in the next round. Do you think Ten Hag will take you all the way again? Seeing that City are now out as well.
I don't know. I think Newcastle definitely got revenge in their eyes, haven't they, against what happened last season? So it's difficult. They're beating Man City as well. They didn't look like they were up for it really at the end of the day. And we talked about what JC was saying, the fact that Palace are probably looking more into their league and maybe FA Cup instead of the Carabao Cup, because you can't really deal with it with the depth of squad that you haven't got, which is a similar thing to Aston Villa, which what happened yesterday as well. But do I think that Ten Hag will take us on to it? I'm not sure. I think he's got bigger priorities. Champions League's very difficult for us this season. We don't really want to be going out like we have done in previous times in the round 16 or in the group stages. So I think for him, do you know what? Personally, I think Newcastle will probably go on and beat us in the Carabao Cup, and we'll just take the hit, because I'd think and I'd hope that Ten Hag would want to try and achieve more in the Champions League than just getting the Carabao Cup again next season. So it'll be a good game against Newcastle, and I think they're more up for it than us. And I agree with Rivers as well. I'm a part of that support group, and I need the call line right now if you can send over the number.
I thought I recognised you.
I was anonymous, wasn't I? I forgot about that. You don't tell you, do you?
Well, we're going to give OT the platform in a minute to try and sway you lot's your United thoughts. Nicky, Twitter has gone off. Since Tuesday, it has been mad. You have had slander towards the board, slander towards Roy Hodgson. Why are we not taking the cup more seriously? Because technically with the league, there are, another 31 games after this league game to rectify things. We only get one chance in the league. What's your thoughts on it? Should we have taken the League Cup more serious than the Premier League fixture this week?
If we had a full squad, yes. You know, but with the squad that we've got right now, it's unrealistic. It's impossible. It's another case of Crystal Palace fans throwing their toys out the pram just because I think it's the manner in which we went out. Obviously, if this was like, say, a Man United 2-1 loss to Man United, obviously, it would have been okay if we'd shown a bit of desire, a bit of passion. 3-0 is, it's not great, but at the same time, it's the League Cup. Chill out. Be a bit more realistic. I'm sick and tired of seeing Palace fans. Oh, we should be in Europe by now. Oh, we should be in the top half by now. Shut up. For crying out loud. They're making Nathan sound, sane. It's ridiculous, man. I'm
13 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yeah, sending shots at your brother, yeah?
Yeah. But yeah, no, let's focus on the league, because obviously we've got a depleted squad. We're being hit by the Dr. Death syndrome with all these injuries. We might as well just turn the academy into a bloody hospital at this point, because that's how many players we got out. At this point, we're gonna have to send the under-23s up to Manchester.
We did. They didn't play. But anyway, well, apart from Jez, I also did come on as well. JC, let's run through a few comments.
Matt here, even though he's in here, saying I like people. Big up chairman, big up RHEA, always supporting with the eagle emojis. So clearly that she's supporting the right club. Rivers.
I tried, but she wanted to keep it too real. You know what I mean? So fair enough.
Augustine saying up United. I'm not saying that because that's a forfeit. Shout out. Was it Patrick done it? Yeah. Big out realist. Expecting EPL winning on Man United. Next point, 100%. I need a Sancho to apologise. That's a good talking point for Man United fan. What like Rivers? What do you think about this whole Sancho situation? Briefly.
All right, cool. Part of me thinks, what we've seen with Ten Hag since he's been there is that it doesn't matter whether you be the most expensive player in the world, doesn't matter who you are, he has his way of doing things, and if you kind of step outside of that, you will be disciplined for it. So we've come to kind of expect that from him. But part of me feels like they want to get that boy off the wage bill. That's what part of me feels like. Part of me feels like if we can manage him out of the club, get him off the wage bill, maybe we can get someone else in. I'm hearing talks about Enrico Chiesa and all of this type of stuff. So I don't even know what to think. But I'm just getting tired of there always being a problem with a winger at Man United. It's like, why can't we just not have problems with our wingers? I know the rest of you Man United fans in here, I know you could see what I'm saying. Like we keep having, like every time we have a decent winger, for some reason there's a problem. He's got charges, this and that, the other. Like, why can't we just get a winger? Why remember the Giggsy days? Like, why can't we just have a winger?
I don't know if Giggs is a good example.
Yeah, we're going down the bad line here, aren't we? Man United has this in their repertoire, doesn't
At
it?
least we got a lot out of him before he started to do what he was doing. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just need. That's why I got a lot of love.
Andre Kanchelskis. There we go.
There you go.
He went to Everton, but Kanchelskis. Why not? But like I say, man, we just need consistency in them wide areas in terms of a player that will just stay, play well, be consistent, and just keep himself out of the headlines. But for some reason, we just can't seem to get it. But I'd agree with Augustine. I would say I would love, if that's what it takes, for Sancho to make a little apology and then be thrown back into the mix. I'd love that. I feel right now the squad definitely needs it. We're like on our last legs right now. As much as Palace have got injuries, Man United have got serious injuries as well right now. You know what I'm saying? The squad wasn't the strongest anyway. So to have injuries on top, it's like shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
True.
But I don't know. But does anyone really know what's behind that? Because I don't really know the storyline.
Well, I think, you know what, with the Sancho thing as well, the fact that Ten Hag actually put an arm around him and sent him to Holland, a place that he knows very well, to professional people to look after him for 3 months. And he comes back and he goes out on social media and says, like, it's rubbish. Look, you're either bloody good in training or you're not. The manager and everybody else and the coaches and players can see that. He needs to, sort his life out, I think, to be fair, because other players like Marcus Rashford has had the same criticism in a sense. Even Garnacho this week had a 50-50 of like a good perception from Ten Hag and a bad one. You take it by the scruff of the neck. You go and train harder. You go and prove yourself, prove what you're getting every week. And he's not doing that. So I think Sancho, with his bitching and his moaning on social media, needs to just go back to Dortmund, because they are more interested in.
I'll take him back to Dortmund.
Do you know what, right?
Yes, please.
I really feel like if Sancho didn't say anything and he just left it, there wouldn't be this big outcry. There won't be this big media circus. Do you know what I mean? I feel like his reaction stimulated the social media to just go bonkers, and then everyone is taking it out of context and blowing it out of proportion. I really do feel like Ten Hag was coming from a football sense to say his training wasn't like up to scratch for this game, and he actually said at the end of it for that game, which was the Arsenal game, he didn't say he's out of the squad forever. He didn't say any of that. He played previous games, albeit 20-30 minutes here and there, but he's been playing all preseason. He was playing all 3 games before that game. And as far as I'm concerned, I just feel like, look, people didn't go at him when he called out Garnacho, right, for poor behavior. You know what I mean? And Bruno all followed it up. That was a goal, the game that he scored in.
Rashford
People didn't talk about, they don't talk about Rashford when they didn't talk about Erik ten Hag when he called out Rashford for being late and then put him on the bench. He came on to win us the game. They even talking about how he's treating people like Donny van de Beek that don't get a sniff. Maguire actually feels like he's top done, right? And he's not even coming out and doing all of the recklessness. And my thing is he's been stripped of captaincy. A lot has happened to that guy, and he's not thinking like, I need to go out on social media and cause a madness. So I just feel like people like Sancho, I know he feels hurt, I know he feels aggrieved. There's no more to the story, clearly. But you got to have your, you got to have your people around you.
The Donny van der Beek thing is even his agent has come out since his move to Man United and said he needs to train harder. He needs to listen to the coach. He needs to do better. And if he's not going to get picked, there's a reason why. And that's from an agent of a player.
It's from an agent.
Right.
Look, Matt, if something happens, it's Erik ten Hag that's being called into the boardroom. He's the one.
True.
So if you live by your decisions, you die by, well, you get fired by your decisions. Do you know what I mean? No one wants to die. You know what I mean?
Live by the sword, die by the sword. Go
That's
hard or
it.
go home.
You've got to back your manager. Follow him. Let him do what he's doing.
Yeah.
Definitely. One more comment, Nicky. You can read
I
this
saw
one
this
out.
one. Yeah, Matt, big up Matt, saying, how is Nicky going crazy when he doesn't even have colour in his hair? Make it make sense. Well, maybe I will have colour in my hair soon. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. It remains to be seen. Maybe the Palace Barney returns.
All right, let's get into the combined 11. This should be fun.
So we've done this combined 11 before, so people who've been on the show before know what's up. But basically, we're going to build a team of players which are both from Manchester United and from Crystal Palace. The one rule is that you have to have at least 3 players from each team. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through it twice. So the first time is all players that are fit. And the second time is if everyone's fit and ready to go.
Okay.
Cool.
So what we'll do is we'll let the Man United guests fill out the team. And then if we disagree, then we'll go through and talk through it and see if we can change it. Basically. So what we'll do is we'll go like goalkeeper, left back, and each Man United fan will pick a different position. So we'll start with Rivers. We'll go in goal.
It shouldn't be so hard. I should be able to just say Onana, but I'm trying to think. Yeah,
You said we have a chance. You said we had a chance.
I'll say Onana. I mean, he got a clean sheet. You know, he did make a few good saves in the game, actually. You know, so yeah.
OT, let's go left back.
Ooh, left back. Who you guys got? You got Mitchell. Man United. Oh, Luke Shaw. Oh, you know what? Regulon's looking good as well. You know.
Aren't they all injured though?
Yeah, it's true. Oh, you're right. I'll go with Mitchell.
Matt, I'll give you right back.
Oh God.
Who's your right? Who is your right back? Because you're getting there.
You don't like your right back at all, do you? But am I going to pick an ex-Palace player or am I going to pick the other guy?
Is Aaron fit?
Nope.
I think
No, he's not.
Who isn't? Wan-Bissaka isn't, no?
No, I don't think he's fit. You know.
Oh, it's going to have
I
to be
don't
Dallo
think
then,
so.
isn't
I
it?
don't think so either.
Dallo. Damn it.
He's injured.
I do like Wan-Bissaka better, but fair enough.
Rivers, let's go with the left centre back.
Oh wait, surely we get both here.
I think
Do you know
I
what,
think we
yeah?
do.
Do you know
Wait.
what?
Ain't Varane back?
Oh, Varane's back though. Ooh, Varane's
How
back.
can you not put him in Champions Leagues? I'm not saying.
Do you know what? We'll
United.
go for Varane. We'll go for Varane.
I forgot Varane's back.
We'll go for him. Even though he made I feel like he made a shocking mistake that could have led to a goal.
Yeah.
Yes, in the match against Palace. But
Yeah, I agree.
OT,
it
the
didn't,
other
so
centre back.
he gets let off.
Do I give this to you guys or what? Because in my mind, you know, Evans after that spectacular pass, mate, to Bruno Fernandes. No, I'm joking.
It was great.
It wasn't good.
It was a good pass.
You know what? You know, I really like. Is it Gay? He's
Gay,
a really
yeah.
good. He's a really good centre back. But then again, Lindelof has been doing a job for us as well. So it's a tough one, to be honest.
I'm going to go for Gay.
Yeah, I'll give you Gay. Gay's a sort. He's the future. I like
He
that.
looks happy in the picture as well. He's smirking very hard there. It's,
Yeah.
worthy.
Matt, let's go into defensive midfield. Who's your number one?
Oh my lord. Well, we haven't got one, so it'll have to be Palace's central defence midfielder, I'm going to say, because we've only just brought one in, haven't we? And he's only played one game, and it was at right back. So
Oh, you have Casemiro.
Casemiro, bro.
I don't really put him as a CDM, though. Really, do you?
I don't think he drops
Is
deep
that-
enough.
is
to
that
play
good?
role.
Do you want to put him there? Because I'd put him as a box to box, but okay, if you want to put Casemiro as a CDM, that's fine.
He's transitioning though. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're right.
I think he's
gonna
more of an
transition.
up and down. Like I don't know, but
Yeah.
Rivers, the other defensive midfielder. The other
Um,
midfielder.
I'm gonna have to. He's only played one game. But you know, even though it was a bad Palace, I was still impressed with his movement. So I'll throw Sofiane. I'll throw Amrabat in there.
OT, who is your number 10?
Oh, it's got to be Bruno, bro.
Okay.
It's got to be Rich. Don't give me them expressions. Look, it's got to be Bruno. It has to be.
Well, we'll come through in a minute. Anyway, Matt, who is your left winger?
it's got to be Rashford, right?
You do remember the rule, guys, right?
Yeah.
What is the rule again?
You
At
need
least
one
three
more Palace
players.
player. You need one more
And,
Palace
and
player.
I'm just saying, yeah, we don't score goals.
Oh, I think I've got the right wing. Right wing goes to Palace, surely, right?
What are you?
We're giving it to Jordan Bayer.
We haven't got anybody there. Who's there?
I've got a suggestion, but I'll wait for you lot to finish first.
Rivers, let's go right wing then.
This is the tough one. What's my options? I want to choose a Palace player. I can't put Garnacho there.
We ain't got anyone.
You've got
It's got to be
Jordan
Eze.
Ayew,
It's
and
got to be
that's
Eze,
it.
isn't it?
But can Eze play there? Are we cool putting Eze there? Is he injured?
He played there for QPR, but he never played there for us.
I was going to suggest switch Bruno and Eze, then, if you're going to put Eze right, because Bruno has played on the right.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can do that.
Can we do that? Yeah, let's put
like
Bruno up there and put Eze and CAM.
Rich
Who's
for
better
manager.
on the right though? Is Eze better than Bruno on the right? Because a lot of our fans complain about Bruno on the right.
Eze's
How
never
is
played
Eze
on the
perform
right.
on the right?
Eze's a 10, purely.
Okay.
And then finally, OT, the striker.
The Dane.
No, it's not hard.
Yeah. It's got to be him. Yeah, it's got to be Hodgson.
Rasmus.
Really? Okay.
You know
Who
what?
was you thinking?
I just don't think he's had enough time to say that he's better than even Eduardo, to be fair, for Crystal Palace.
He's injured.
Injured.
He's injured.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
looked it
know.
up. I looked it up.
I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know who's injured and who's not.
Yeah, he's
oh,
injured.
okay. Then it has to be, doesn't it? But yeah.
Yes.
And Martial, there's no point saying him because by the time we finish this and uploaded the video, he'll probably be
He's
injured
already
as well.
Definitely. He'll injure himself surprised at the draft. Like, oh shit, broken arm.
He'll blink and then pull a hammy.
Vibes here saying, who is a Man United fan himself, he says Decore instead of Andrew Tate and Money Bake on the right.
That's what I was. That's what.
Hey,
Alright,
the core
so-
is solid as well.
Is
So-
Decore injured or
No, he's fit.
he's fit? Yeah. Okay, he could
So-
have easily been put in that place as well.
Yeah, so I think us as Palace fans going through this, I think literally the only thing we would do to change this combined 11 is Amrabat for Decore.
Yeah,
okay.
Nicky, you in agreement?
I'm in agreement. Yeah.
Rich?
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I think that's
I'm
true.
assuming it's adding check the correct. Yeah, just add him in. Yeah, he's good.
Sorry,
Alright,
yeah.
now-
When you asked me about CDM, I was like Casemiro, but now I can see your layout and it makes sense. But beforehand, I was like, I don't want to see him down here, like in the. Yeah, I got it now.
Okay, so now let's say that everyone's fit. Absolutely everyone's fit.
Clean slate, everyone's fit.
Woi,
Now where do we go?
this
So,
is tough. Oh.
Rivers, who'd be the first one you'd change out of this whole team? everyone's fit.
Everyone is fit. Wow. It just goes to show what's going on at Man United when you got to take a pause like this. I think everyone's fit. I'll probably switch Mitchell and throw Shaw in there based on experience at the back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't
OT, who
forget
would be
to
your
still
next
have
one?
3 of each team. That's the hard bit.
Ooh, it's true. So we still no, but they got the Corey and Eze and Gay, so they're still 3 up.
OT, who's your next one then?
Do you know what? Yeah, there's one name that's just standing out to me, and it's Elise. There's Elise, man.
Yeah,
He's
got
a
to go on the right.
serious baller, man.
Like him on the right.
Yeah, I can easily. Do you know what? Right, I like Bruno and everything like that. Obviously, ball retention. You know, he splits the fan base. He's a game changer. Don't get me wrong, but he splits the fan base quite heavily, man. And I'm sure that Elise, or there's a huge proportion of Man United fans that will understand if I did mention Elise for the sake of this team, 100%. Bringing him in. You know what I mean? But I respect Bruno, man. He's my guy, game changer. But Elise's, boy, those two. Elise's
the future.
Yeah.
Matt, who would you change here?
Guehi for Martinez, maybe. I can't think of anything else. It's actually very difficult.
Okay. Martinez. Rivers, anything else, or are you happy with this team?
Do you know what? This might sound crazy, but I think I might put Rashford up front and then put Garnacho on the left. Can we do that?
Yeah,
are we in agreement? Are we in agreement, United boys, or is that a madness?
No, that's not mad. He had his best season up front, didn't he, for Man United? I think last season.
That's what I'm thinking. He's kind of proven there for a season at least, and I feel like Garnacho is a little game changer. So I think having
could I challenge that just for discussion purposes?
Let's go, man.
I think Rashford's best position is on the left. Maybe check Eduardo up top because he's been really
okay.
I would agree with that too.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah. I think Rashford's. I think he's best running at guys, man. He's playing with his back to goal. Sometimes it could be a bit too isolated from the game when he's up top. And Garnacho as well off the bench. He's like I'm still waiting for him to prove it in a full 90 that he can dominate a game. I feel like off the bench he does a lot, but
very true.
Starting, I'm waiting. He's growing anyway. He's learning, man. That guy, hopefully he's going to be 100 mil player, man. Like someone that was supposed to be before you know what happened when it happened. No names.
I think the one that I was looking at is the one that Chairman said here. Wan-Bissaka for Dalot.
Okay.
That's what I wanted, originally, wasn't it? Is that
a full agreement from you United guys? Or
I'm agreeing with that. Everybody fit and you can get the choice. I probably would choose Aaron above Diogo, sorry.
It's a 50-50 one for me because 1 minute, Dalot, it's all about Dalot. Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes in, benches Dalot, has a field day. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's now out. Dalot's having a field. It's just difficult. I really feel like they're really good competition, but I'm just looking at it like, we ain't got one that's fully established, but it depends on the game. It really does depend on who we're playing. Yeah. And, when you've got someone like Amrabat or you've got Decore and Casemiro, like if I'm looking at the squad, 2 work engines, Decore, physical guys, Casemiro, engines, I wouldn't mind Dalot getting up and bombing up and doing his thing instead of Wan-Bissaka. But again, if you're putting Pep's team in front of us, then Aaron Wan-Bissaka obviously all day, every day.
Yeah.
I think Wan-Bissaka and Dalot is a great problem to have for a coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a great problem.
You know what's mad? Imagine you had a merger of the two.
You're the best guy in the world. One of.
You know what that is, though? That's just Kyle Walker, isn't it?
I was just about to say that. That's Kyle Walker. That's how I see him. I see him as that.
and my guy's light skin as well.
Yeah.
So, what's your guys' thoughts on Mateta then?
No.
Sin bid him.
You have been blocked.
I had to get the thoughts, man. Man, okay, so. Oh, snap. But, this team's looking solid, Where do you think this team will be able to finish in the league?
I still think it needs a more clinical striker.
Yeah,
it's looking kind of top
Eze Elise is crazy.
That's a really good team.
Oh, Eze Elise and Rashford as a front three.
That's
what Man United needs.
Yeah, creativity everywhere. I can see this even turning kind of into like a 4-1-3-2 or something like that with, you know, with Rashford up top with Edouard and then Eze, Elise just and Doucouré just bombing up as that number 8 going up and down, and then Eze and Elise just creating havoc and creating assists for these guys up top. But look, that's a serious team. I reckon this team can probably get, like you mentioned, you need that striker that is reliable, consistent. I'd say this team could probably get 4th, 5th in the league.
Yeah, I'll say that around top 6, top 5.
Reedus is just a hater. This guy.
I mean, they do well.
Cool.
Jeez.
Right,
Solid,
OT, I'm going to
solid.
give you the platform then. You said that you're going to...
Look, this is what I'm saying, yeah? Guys, like, let's get out of this depression camp, right? I'll tell you this.
Cool.
You know Manchester United.
Me.
I don't blame you guys. Matt, I don't blame you. Manchester United is the toughest job in the world. Man United is the toughest job in the world right now. If you look at all the pundits, everyone is got some either ex-Man United player, it seems, or a rival in some sense of your Carragher's and all of that. So Manchester United is just doing a rounds, like consistently in and out. We have to understand the nature of the beast that we're dealing with Manchester United, for one. But if we look at it, right, Manchester United haven't had the team that Erik ten Hag's envisaged on the pitch at the same time right about now. They're all working back. We saw Amrabat come into the fold. We see Varane coming into the fold. We haven't seen guys like Amrabat, Varane, Martinez, Luke Shaw, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rasmus Højlund, Rashford on the left and Anthony on the right. I don't know when that's going to happen with that Anthony on the right anymore, but we ain't seen them collectively playing at the same time. We've seen bit part chops and changes. We've seen Amrabat playing left back. We saw all of these things, and that's not what Manchester United is about. Look, Manchester United, we've got a glimmer of what it could look like and how comfortable it can be. We've got the answer, people are saying, in Amrabat. Amrabat's able to get up and down the pitch. You saw that. He's got a pass in him, the vision. You saw that. He's like our Casemiro 2.0, obviously less decorated, but he's got a bit more legs in him. And I reckon he could be the answer to that midfield and hold it down. Do you understand? So I feel like it will give Casemiro free rein to go up and do his thing. Casemiro's got how many goals right now? Around 4 or so? He's up. We've played... I don't even know how many games in all competitions. 10, I don't know. But he's got 4 already goals. I reckon with Amrabat and this fold, you're going to see more of Casemiro getting forward, scoring his headers, scoring his goals. You're probably going to see him touch double figures this season. Do you know what I mean? He's going to contribute to the goals like that. Mm-hmm. And look, Manchester United, I thought you can't get any shitter than how we got. I think we're going to go from strength to strength. Look, there's levels to this. We might see Newcastle playing good. We might see Brighton here and there doing their thing. But we saw that last season. And at the end of the day, with the world saying how crap we were, we're still in our worst type of phase in our season with all that noise going on, finished 3rd. And it wasn't, it was like you got Newcastle playing their best football, Brighton playing their best football. You know what I mean? So for me, I feel like we strengthened them. I'm going to get it together, man. Look, we're going to get it together. Rasmus Højlund's looking good. His movement in the box good. His strength, his hold up. He can bring guys into play. He's another outlet as well, as opposed to just having Rashford. Look, in these games, man, I saw many times last season where you're just sitting there thinking, if only we had that fit Martial in this game. If only we have Amrabat or Rasmus Højlund. Look, against we just needed that level of squad depth and support. And I feel like we've got it, man. So look, watch this space. We've got the crap out the way at the minute now. Got all of that bad start. Yeah. And now, look, it's 3-point season, man. 3-point season, home and away. This ain't the sitcom, home and away. We ain't in Australia. This is London, and I'm a Man United fan living in London, man. And I tell you, look.
We'll race you back to London. But I'll play devil's advocate with what you just said, is that you said, I wish we had this guy, I wish we had this guy in these games. Ten Hag spent £360 million. Surely if you spend that kind of money, you don't need to be saying stuff like that. You should be saying, we've got this guy, we've got this guy.
It's true.
I'm sure you're spending that much money and still saying, we need more. Surely the funds have been spent badly.
Can I reply to that? Yeah, I'll just reply to that one word: Chelsea. Anyway, as you were saying,
it's real.
I don't think
you would think like spending that money is like, oh my days, he spent so much, and then you just look at Stamford Bridge and you see what's going on over there, and you think, you know what? We haven't actually gone crazy. We haven't like gone, you know, like when you play FIFA and you can say, "Right, I want the financial package. I want to start with 500 mil." Like we haven't gone that crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's been over a certain amount of time, but like I do get what you're saying. It's worrying to me. This is why I'm part of the support group, because you just feel to yourself at some point the money we're spending should mean that we've got a squad that's equipped. We know we're supposed to get injuries in the season. We know people's form kind of dips in and dips out, whatever, but we should have spent money wise enough to know that we have a core group of players we can rely on. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it just feels to me that we haven't seen that yet. I'm with OT on that. I feel like when we get a chance to have everybody fit, ready to play, I think we will definitely be more of a challenge for everybody, but we just haven't had the chance to see that just yet. You know what I mean?
And do you guys feel these days as well, like there's the correlation between money spent? I mean, there is. We can see money spent and success. But in terms of like these players' ability, I feel like as the years go by, we're seeing more of the disassociation between, oh, this person's 100 million, therefore they're a world-class player. Now it's about if you do your business late, or you've got poor running of the club and you waste time and mess around, the price is gonna go up. And I saw that with Anthony. We saw that with in a sense with who else with there that we Martinez. We could have got him cheaper. We wasted time. Man United. I just feel like
see that with Palace.
And that's not Ten Hag's fault either. This is what I want to say and put in here is the fact that I don't think half of these players that we're getting in are Ten Hag's priorities at all. They're always third or fourth down the pecking order. You look at people like Brighton and Man City and the recruitment they're getting, they're not really spending a lot compared to. I mean, they're spreading it out. And Chelsea have given us one of their academy players. And I don't get it, man. Like, because that just is an underwhelming signing for me. Like the fact that you're going for someone who's grew up in a club, who's been pushed out by that club. And I can't see it going anywhere, to be fair. I think the recruitment system at Man United is absolutely flawless. You look at what Brighton are doing. They got people in the background that are doing the right things. Yeah, it might not necessarily run for 10 years' time. They might hit a dip and they might go back to where, Championship. They might do that, but they would have had this success because of the people that they brought in behind the scenes. And I think with Man United, they're not bringing in the right people at all. You were linked with Arnautovic and Rabiot not too long ago.
Do you know what I always feel with Manchester United as well? There's this thing where, let's say the player's name is John Smith, and John Smith is worth 10 million. But if Manchester United want John Smith, what happens to that 10 million?
50.
There you go. So I feel like we get held to ransom too much for players because we're Manchester United a lot of the time, innit? That's how it feels on the outside looking in. Could be something else, whatever, but that's how it's always looked.
I feel like it's a thing for young players as well. All of this,
you're paying for their
stupid money, because you're paying for the age and you're paying for potential, and there's nothing saying that the players should live up to that potential.
Yeah,
I think that's another part of it, because obviously Sancho was near enough 100, and so was Anthony. Both of them are young; they still can grow, but at the moment in time, they do not look like £100 million worth of players.
No.
Would you say that's being applied to your players then? Like Nicky, for you, I don't know. Who have you bought? Who did you bring in last season? Is it Frank? Who did you buy? Franco, is it something like Matthias Franco or something like that?
And Mateus França.
And then our goalkeeper,
We don't talk
about that. Please don't remind me.
Would you say that was value for money, or would you say that if you done your business a bit better, then maybe you could have got these players cheaper? Or where do you feel like our version of not getting ripped off and could have potentially got these players cheaper, like your Anthony's, for example? What's your version of the players that you brought in, which was just costly, but you probably, if you would have been on it, you would have got them a lot more cheaper?
First, I think França, that's an investment for a future signing. Obviously, where he plays is where Eze plays. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So that could be planning for like days where eventually Iber Eze will leave. Henderson, I think Roy or Dougie needs to find the receipt take it back up to Old Trafford and be like, here you go. No thanks. No thanks.
Get the warranty out and that.
Frankly,
To be fair, they're in Manchester right now, so
yeah. So can we just give him back, please? Because yeah,
No.
that was the most brain dead decision we've made in a transfer in a while, and we've made some brain dead decisions. Because that money should have gone on an attacker. It should have gone on someone else.
fullback.
Not a goalkeeper.
Mm.
Sam Johnson is good. He's stable. Joe Whitworth, he's youth. That's good enough. No more. But yeah, I think the Man United tax, though, is real.
There are a lot of depth with Crystal Palace as well at the moment. The fact that you look at the Brighton structure and the fact that Palace are obviously big rivals to Brighton. And I heard in midweek a discussion between Palace fans talking about the Brighton situation and the fact that Palace owe a lot of money, and that's the reason why the financial play, etc. They can't.
We don't owe any money because when we got bought out by John Textor, he paid off all of our debts for COVID. So I think he came in and he injected nearly £100 million into the club. 30 million of that just cleared the COVID debt completely, and then we spent 70 million in that summer. So we don't actually owe anyone any money right now. We're probably one of the only clubs that have almost zero debt in the league. However, the fact that the owners are trying to push this new stand, which costs near enough £100 million, that's where all our money's going.
Right.
So for some reason, they're investing off the pitch rather than on the pitch.
Right,
and in my opinion, if you don't invest on the pitch and we go down, that new stand is going to look pretty tragic in the Championship.
That's true.
It's exactly similar as the Everton situation, because obviously, should they go down, they'll be playing at Bramley Dock in the Championship. Sorry, Matt, I know you're in the comments. I know he's there. He's probably just going to fire some shots at me now for saying that. But yeah, it's a poison chalice. That stand could very well be just like, we're going to look at that and think we got this instead of improving the squad. So Palace right now is a weird place to be.
But can I ask you guys something though? With your team 100% fit, everybody ready to go, do you feel as if they can justify us paying for that stand, knowing that the squad's good enough to get you into a decent enough position throughout the season?
I would say no.
Yep.
Purely for the fact of, if the whole team is fit, there still isn't enough cover. So you could probably field a good enough first 11, guaranteed. It's just the fact that with your first 11, you need good bench as well, or decent bench. But I believe in nearly every single one of our games this season, even when we didn't have a stupid injury crisis, I'm sure we've had 2 under-23 players in each bench or 2 goalkeepers in every game. So we just actually don't have the team for it.
It's crazy.
Is Palace
we've got 1 left back from the first team, even all the way down to the under-23s. We've got 1 left back. He's played every single game for the last 3 years. He hasn't missed a single game, even the cup games. That's how bad it is with Mitchell right now. That's why Palace fans have seen him flag him for a few years now. He hasn't had a break for 3 years.
Wow.
Look, we saw Zaha leave to Galatasaray for a free transfer. I remember the days when he was linked to the likes of Arsenal. Big fees as well. It's been tooted around, upwards of 50, 60 million. Are any Palace fans sitting that now and regretting, thinking that we should have sold him? Are you happy that you kept him? Because no?
We need to move on.
You need a Zaha.
I'm glad you did.
And look, towards before that last 6 months of his contract, 3 muscular injuries. It happens. He's getting older, and even with his stint at Galatasaray, he's had 2 knocks already. It's just too many injuries. So we got 200k off the wage. Well, potentially was going to go up to about 200k. Got off the wage bill. We, as a club, we just need to invest more. Roy's got his hands tied behind his back. He can be a bit more. It's not just low block stuff. I think we can express ourselves a bit more. Like for me personally, as a fan, I'd rather see us, not every time, but sometimes lose 3-4-0 if we're trying to attack, then defend and still lose 2-3-0 anyway, But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Just mindful of time. Go on.
I was just to say, I'm so looking forward to how Man United do against Galatasaray because they have a really good team this season. They've brought in some very good players.
Yeah, bulky team. Dodgy one.
Yeah, I think you're better than them, to be fair. From what I've seen of them so far, I think about them.
We need that.
Right. Let's see. We've got a few things to do. So, just very quickly, so the predictions league, and thank you, Rivers, OT, and Matt have sent in predictions this weekend. This was last week's fixtures. So, amongst
look at this guy laughing.
Don't worry. It's a long season, you know, but fair play to Nicky. He's doing really well, which puts this is the score box toss in a minute.
Okay.
So Nicky's doing bits. Fair play to him. Jason,
What does it mean?
We'll get into it in a second. Actually, you can see it here.
No way. No way.
Nicky's looking at the man.
Juventus settings.
So with all those who've got involved as well, this is the league table. Unfortunately, Vibes is at the bottom.
He's actually got his predictions in this week, though. He's actually put them in.
He has remembered this week. Now we do have a guest. We do have a guest league as well. There's only Tariq, Martin, and Ed so far. Martin's currently leading. You finish bottom of the guest league, you do a forfeit, by the way. So your predictions are in, so you're locked in. You just have Ed's got 5, I think, if memory serves me right. You have to just get more than 5 points. Now, for an exact correct scoreline, so if you say Man United's going to win 1-0 this weekend and they win 1-0, you get 3 points. But if you say they're going to win 1-0 and they win, say, 2-1, then you get 1 point for getting the correct result. Correct scoreline, 3 points. Correct result, 1. All right. So
I can't wait to win this. Easy.
Woo! Right, we'll do score predictions very quickly, and then there's 2 important things that we want to mention. So yeah, we'll go around. OT, score prediction.
I hate talking about my team. I don't touch them. Bet365, Sky Bet. I don't touch them. I leave them alone.
You sounded like Dan, innit?
Look,
Don't make predictions.
I hate it. Look, and I think this game's gonna be a more trickier game for sure. Obviously, your stronger team is gonna be fielded. I reckon it's gonna be potentially 2-1. Tight game, 2-1.
Okay. Rivers.
Do you know what? I had 2-1 as well. Because I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park at all, innit? But I think the confidence that they've probably got from their last couple of results, they might be able to, give it a good push and get 2 goals. And I definitely think Palace will score. So, yeah, I'll say 2-1.
Yeah. Matt?
I'm going to be rather boring, Rich, but I said this before the stream. I predicted 2-1 too. I know, right? It's going to be a lot harder than that Carabao Cup game, to be honest. And I think Crystal Palace will go up 1-0.
Okay. We'll have to fight for them points.
Ooh, that's stress. We don't know how to do that.
We went through that against Villa. I don't want to do it again.
We've been doing it too. We've been going up 1-0 and then pulling it back sometimes. Yeah. So it's going to be one of those games.
Yeah.
Fair dues. All right. The first thing we want to mention, we have an announcement to make, which we've been making in previous streams. We are looking to raise some money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
You went a bit quiet there, kind of.
Yeah.
Did you say you want to raise money for Mitrovic? What did you say?
We will take him. We will take him. We will take him right now.
What, $1 billion?
No, the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, I really thought you said sexy fish. I swear down. For a date night.
JC just played a clip.
Hey guys, this is just a disclaimer to let you know that the upcoming video discusses a sad topic. This is essentially a trigger warning for those that may have been affected by the loss of someone due to a critical health condition or will find the following topic uncomfortable.
Yes, guys, so this part is going to be something a little bid more serious.
Eagle-eyed Football are trying to raise some money to go towards
Make-A-Wish Foundation UK.
You're probably wondering, what is Make-A-Wish? Well, I'm going to run you through what they describe themselves to be. Over 60,000 children in the UK have been diagnosed with a critical condition, changing their lives and the lives of their families forever.
Then the joy of childhood is brought to an abrupt end, with treatment plans, hospital visits, and sleepless nights taking over.
Make-A-Wish revives a childhood stolen by critical illness. It brings light and joy to children and their loved ones and leaves a profound and lasting impact on all of their lives.
No child deserves getting their childhood taken away from them. So we wanted to do something that would give them back some relief and joy.
We will be using GoFundMe to raise these donations. There is the option for the donation to go directly to the charity, so we will be doing that. We will not be taking any profit from this in any way.
We are trying to raise £500 by the 30th of December, and £150 of that will be donated by our group. Whether we make it to £500 or we go above it, it's great to know that we've helped a good cause. No donation is too small and no donation is too big.
Also, because you guys have been such great subscribers, that on the 30th of December we will pick a name at random out of the donations and they will be receiving a thank you prize from Eagle-Eyed Football.
The person who wins these sweepstakes will be receiving a free Eagle-Eyed Football hoodie and an Eagle-Eyed Football mug. Good luck.
The link to the GoFundMe is on the screen now. It's also in the description. But without any further ado, let's get back to the stream. Thanks for watching.
Shout out you guys, man. That's big. Very big, very big.
It means a lot to see that, guys, because you know what happened with Stephen and that, and how big these charity things are, and how you can get involved in them as well, mate. Big up to you lot as well for doing this, and I hope everybody does go check out that barcode and get involved.
Yes. Send us the link, by the way. Send us the link after and we'll sort something out.
I appreciate you guys, man. Lastly, I know it's not great to be on like a bad note, but for those obviously, particularly in London, especially the Croydon area, obviously those tragic news yesterday, a young 15-year-old losing her life. It's mad. Like I work with people like young people that age as well in a pupil referral unit, and the first thing that came to my mind is, right, imagine if any of these get into a potential relationship or something like. It's crazy, man. Guys, please just watch over your loved ones, man. Each and every day, man. And as a father as well, myself, I don't know if there's any other fathers in there, Nicky. It's it's not
it's a bitter one. It's a bitter one. It's a bitter pill, man. It's a bitter pill, man. All the young ones out there, man.
Please,
the importance, man. We've seen it in the football side. We've seen it out just in real life. Like kids, man, they really do need some guidance and steer, man. They really do, man. And I just hope that they all get it, man. They all get it. We're in a culture too much where it's about the aftermath and cancel and repercussions, but I feel like there's a lot of preventative stuff. Our clubs need to be working on from a footballing perspective as well. I feel like a lot of pressure needs to be put on the clubs to do a lot more. And then obviously outside, of that, we just need to do a lot more for these youth, because there's too many kids out there just getting, I don't know, too many out there that's just unsupported, poor role models. It just ends up doing crazy stuff like this, man. So look, condolences to the family of the girl and anyone affected.
100%.
They say that she's the 15th this year, and that it's just terrible when you think about these numbers. If you know what I'm trying to say. So.
She was helping out a friend as well. She stepped in for a friend.
Yeah.
And that the heroism as well from these youngsters as well. Like that was a life lost that who was going to be somebody big in their life, and it's just such a sad shame that we have to end a stream like this. But I think it's so important from what you guys just said that we do all we can to make sure it doesn't happen to anybody else.
Yeah.
Look, my laptop right now is a 15-inch laptop, right? In some text I saw that blade that was used was 15 inches. Like, what is someone doing with a 15-inch
at that
blade?
time of the morning as well? At that time of the morning is wild to me. It's like
the fact that the mother didn't even get the peace of mind that the child was actually at school. They were still on their way to school. It's mad.
So, yes, guys, is obviously sad to obviously end on that note, but very important message to get relay out there, man. Listen, the youth are our future. We will do as much as we can to guide them as best as we can, man. 100%. Listen, Matt, where can everyone find you?
Rich and everybody, thank you so much for having me on for my first time as well. Broke the V plates. Very pleased about that. I had to put one in it.
That's wild.
You reach me on United TV. We are live in, I think, 9 o'clock for the Gunners from All Corners. We're live this Sunday for our Colombian football talk with Esteban, who's a Millonarios fan who comes on quite a lot. We do a lot of theatre shows, football in the Americas. And that's it, really. Football United TV, Twitter, Instagram, and here. Thank you so much, Rich. Eagle Eye Football, everybody else, thank you.
Rivers?
Yo, it's Rivers, your boy. You can find me everywhere at Rivers_LR. I've got a battle. I do the battle rap thing. I don't know if you're aware, but yeah, I do that. I've got a battle coming up October 7th in Manchester. If you can get down there, it's all good. I've got another one coming up in November. I think it's the 18th or the 17th, one of the two. But yeah, that will be in London. So yeah, just follow me on platforms and you can find out when it is. Come down, have a good time, see me performing and all of that. Man United forever. Let's go.
Jeez, I'm gonna follow you, mate. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Hopefully, you win that battle.
Come on, you need to get me out this depression group, bro.
Lastly, OT.
Yo, OT99 Bantrim, like it says right here below. Look, OT99 Bantrim _Bantrim. That's the Insta. TikTok is just all OT99 Bantrim. Twitter at 99 Banter. Look, you can find me there. Even the threads. Just type in OT99 Banter. You'll see me. I'm always there commenting after the game in a lyrical form as well as a verbal form like this. Summarizing the game in a rap, in a rhyme. Hopefully you guys like it. I go all the way from old school grime and garage to drill to whatever format people like, man. And trying to bring something fresh. So if you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. And like, comment, and subscribe on this page. Follow this channel. Doing big things. Peace.
I appreciate you. Maybe we can hook up an OT versus Rivers rap battle. Anyway.
Just threw me in there, a seasoned battle rapper.
Depression, not put me in. I don't need that,
I'm just saying, yeah. OT, you're speaking to the former champ. Like, I'm just saying.
Look, bro. You know what? Yeah, this is what happens. I'll go and watch a few of your clips, and then I'll decide whether I want to take you up on that.
Cool. It might happen. It might happen.
If it happens, we do it live here. You know what I'm saying? Do it live.
All right, we'll do it.
Rap battle audience. That'll be something fresh. Yeah, I'm involved.
All Man United bars.
Following.
Guys, appreciate you all, man. Like, share, subscribe. Please keep safe out there, man. Big up our guests.
Peace.
Palace lot.
As always, at the Palace.
Get ready for the smoke.